Divine as fuck. Divine as fuck. Divine as fuck. Divine as fuck.
All right, I'm going to take it, y'all. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Cheers to my podcast. Hey family, what's up? Oh my God. I know I don't have to say it, but I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't. But I miss you guys. Y'all should already know what I'm about to say. I miss you guys so much. I miss sitting here tapping in with y'all for real every time. Every time I take my hiatus, I truly miss sitting here and getting it all out with you all, you know. How have you all been? What? How have y'all been mentally? How have y'all been spiritually? How have y'all been emotionally? How have y'all been physically in your body? If you have not taken a chance to tap in with that, do it now. Take a moment. Pause this. Take a big pause and think about it. Write it down. Track yourself. Oh my goodness. As for me, let's see, where do we start? The last time we shared energy was in June, and we spoke about men's mental health. And I really want to thank the Kings for tapping in with me. You all are absolutely welcome in this space. I got a lot of great feedback from that episode from men, and I'm very glad that episode provoked some of you all to thought and provoke some of you all to new levels of understanding and open doors for healing. So that's a blessing to my soul. That's a blessing to my heart. And I truly, once again, want to thank the men, the Kings, for tapping in with that episode. And I also want to thank my divine feminines for sharing that episode with a lot of men that they know. I truly appreciate that. But yes, that was June. After that, school let out for my kids, and they went out of town to visit with their grandparents. So that freed up a lot of time for me. And let me tell you how this is so new to me in my life. Last year was the first time that I've ever gotten that kind of break from my babies. And now, if you're a mom's mom and a full-time mom and a single mom, shit, you know how important and vital it is to have those breaks from your kids. We love our babies to life. No question. Give our last, give our first. Love the babies. Love, love, love from somewhere deep down. But we need our breaks for our sanity, especially when you are doing it alone. Especially when you are doing it alone. Those breaks are much needed for our mental, so we can catch a breath, you know? So with that being said, you know, when I first got my break last year, I was totally unprepared. It was our first time getting that long of a break from each other in the summer, so I was very much sad, right? I didn't know what to do with my time. I didn't know how to fill it. When this summer came around, I was completely ready. I had planned my summer out. I planned my summer out before the summer even got here. I had made a promise to myself that I was going to travel more and get some solo traveling in. I had made a promise to myself that I was going to explore. I had made a promise to myself that I was going to totally devote my time to me and how I want to use it. That's a luxury when you are a single mom. And it shouldn't be so rare, but unfortunately, sometimes it is. So I went to a couple of concerts this summer. I did a solo trip to Nashville, Tennessee. I saw Hiatus Coyote while I was there, one of my favorite all-time favorite bands or groups. It was such a good experience to see them in person. Explored Nashville, had some great food, went to some amazing places, met some new faces, enjoyed a quiet and beautiful stay at an amazing hotel without my kids jumping on me, jumping in my bed, knocking me in the head with pillows. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then I did a solo trip to Atlanta, Georgia. I actually went for business and pleasure. I had a pop-up there. I had a pop-up shop there. And shout out to one of my soul sisters who lives in Georgia and allowed me to stay at her place while I was there. We also did some exploring together in Atlanta. It was such a dope vibe. I can't even explain to you all the feeling that I felt. But understand that I had my kids early. I started a family early. I got married early. So all of my young adult years was given over to being a devoted mom and a devoted wife. I didn't have the space or the time or the extra funds to do anything for myself, to do anything with just me, to take that time to spend with just me. So me being able to do this now at 31, it just feels so good, Some people call this late blooming. I feel like I'm right where I need to be. I feel like I'm right where I need to be. This is the chapter of my life for this specifically. And I'm okay with it. I'm loving it. I don't feel that the timing is wrong. I don't feel like I'm late to the show or late to the party. I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be. And that feeling alone right there has allowed me to easily flow through life. This is the most easiest flow of life that I've ever been in my whole life. In my whole life, just acceptance of everything. Acceptance of everything has made life more full. Me being able to accept things exactly as they are, knowing that it's exactly as it should be by divine design, has taken so many limitations off of my mind and the mindset that I have and the outlook that I have when it comes to living life. So there's that. Either way, I did my solo travels. My Atlanta trip was business and pleasure. Let me tell you how business has been going. It's been going great. At this point right now, my business, Divine Pentacles, has had 7 successful pop-up shops, and I just made my business debut in May. I'm ever blessed. I'm ever grateful. 7 pop-up shops since May. Right now we're in September, so it's been 4 months since my business debut, and I've had 7 successful pop-up shops. I've made so many great connections. Now have made connections in different states. When it comes to the business side of things, I'm ever grateful. I feel so much gratitude. I feel so much gratitude. I feel so blessed. I feel so honored to be walking in the purpose that I know God is meant for me to be walking in. And I understand that my journey is for me for sure, but it's not only for me. And that makes me feel truly blessed as well. So yeah, I devoted a lot of time to myself. I even knew how to fill in my time, the little bit of time that I was home this summer. Because I pretty much been gone all summer. I've been on the move, in a good way. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been home for real. I think the only time I really spent time at home is when is when my kids first left. I had a pop-up shop here for Divine Pinnacles. And then my best friend came to Charlotte to spend some time with me, and we had an amazing time exploring Charlotte. Mind you, I have now been living here for 1 year. Yes, 1 year. 1 year in Charlotte. Celebrate, clap it up. I've been in Charlotte for 1 year now, but I've never explored Charlotte as deep as me and my best friend explored Charlotte. With me living here, like, I guess because most of my time goes to work and the kids and work and the kids and work and the kids, that I was not able to really get out here and see what was out here. And Charlotte is amazing. Charlotte is beautiful. There's so much to do. There's so much to see. There's so many people to meet. So I'm grateful that I was able to explore the way that I did. And I'm very much grateful that my best friend came here to spend that quality time with me. Shout out to the best friends in the world. Shout out to all of the best friends in the world. If you're a best friend to someone, understand the weight that you hold in your friend's life. Understand the importance that you hold in your friend's life. You are your best friend's favorite person, your best friend's backbone, your best friend's fresh breath of life. Best friends are so important. Being a good best friend is so important. Being a best friend is such an honor. It's such an honor. And it's one that I don't take for granted. It's one that I don't take lightly. And I'm always very grateful for mine. All in all, I had a great summer. I had a summer full of new experiences, beautiful experiences, new adventures, exciting adventures. I met new people. I ate good food. I kept my promise to myself and devoted time to me. I was able to water my business and experience more growth as a businesswoman and entrepreneur. My kids had a great summer visiting family as well. The divine got me back to my baby safely and got me and my babies back home safely. What more can I ask for? It was absolutely perfect in my eyes. The only thing I can say is when me and the kids got back, we were totally zapped from energy. Extremely tired and worn out from beating the roads, traveling all summer. We were tired as heck, and I was able to take some rest. But then I got right back to it with work and with business, and then we went right back into back to school season. So yeah, that was my little catch up. I truly missed sitting here, chopping it up with y'all and tapping in with y'all. And I hope y'all missed me too. So let's get into it.
I just want to let y'all know that y'all are in the middle of an energy upgrade. And before you ask, yes, I am in the bathtub. You hear the acoustics. Y'all know most times I'm coming straight from the bathtub. I told y'all when I'm in water, I receive downloads like crazy. Because I'm a water sign for one, but water is just super powerful. But yes, if you are tapped in, you are in the middle of an energy upgrade. You are in the middle of a spiritual awakening. You are in the middle of a spiritual ascension. You are phasing out of this current level, of this current version of yourself, and you're moving upward and ascending to a higher level, a new realm, and a more evolved you. You've already been noticing some shifts happening already. Like you're thinking different. You're thinking on a more positive note. You're thinking with more gratitude. You're thinking on a more tapped in level. You're thinking on a more spiritually mature level. Your speech might be different. Your surroundings might be different. Even the people and the things you have around you might be different. You might even feel the urge to change some shit around your house, move some furniture around, redecorate, put old decorations away, bring out new ones. I don't know. I don't know exactly the shift you're noticing, but I know that you're noticing one. I know you can feel it. If you're tapped in, I know you can feel the shift. Now, remember once upon a time, these shifts felt more aggressive, like the universe really was shaking shit up, really knocking shit over. So many tower moments. And in the midst of that past season, we felt so helpless. Everything felt so dark. We felt so, like, shit, I gotta fight this shit. Like, I gotta conquer this shit. Damn, this some tough shit. But we knew we had to conquer it. We knew we had to conquer it. We knew we had to fight through it. And the universe had already given us so many tools to fight against whatever we had to fight against in that last season. The universe had already prepared us. And in that last season, I had said, I feel like this is the last big push. I said this. I don't know if I said it to friends. I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I know I said it. It feels like this is going to be the last big push before that final breakthrough. This is the season that opens the floodgates. This is that last final This is that last final push. That was last season, right? All right, cool. So then have you noticed that in last season, as I said, the rockiness was rockying. Okay, rockying. That shit was rocking, okay? It was rocky as fuck. The waves were crashing over us, but we were keeping up with those waves. We weren't drowning. It was a motherfucking fight not to drown, but we weren't drowning. We were fighting. We were strengthening ourselves mentally, emotionally, and especially spiritually. And that elevated us to the level that we're on right now. If you're tapped in, whenever you feel like you're on the edge or at the very peak, that's where you can always plot and find a spiritual awakening, an ascension, an evolvement to your higher self. Now, this season, the shift, the shake, the rock is not as aggressive, right? We did the hard work already. Think of tectonic plates. Tectonic plates shift and it causes a disruption, right? When tectonic plates shift and there's a disruption, you can feel it physically. Isn't that what earthquakes are, right? Tectonic plates shifting and it shakes the ground, shaky, a shift. And correct me if I'm wrong, but in this season, does the shift or disruption feel like you're realizing where things need to get back on track? You're realizing areas where you need to tighten up. You're realizing areas where you need to become more balanced. You're realizing more areas where you need to water, put more work into. And all of these areas where shift or change or betterment is needing is going to cause us to experience exponential growth in this season. This is technically the season where a lot of crops that were planted in the spring and summertime are getting ready to become mature. It's coming into its maturity. It's coming into its last phase before it's time to harvest it. And technically we are in harvest season. We have to remember the importance of plotting where we are, and we have to remember the importance of being mindful and paying attention to what's going on around us. Not what's going on in this physical realm, this physical world, not what's going on in this secular world, okay? I'm talking about what's going on in the universe, what's going on within the divine, what's going on in nature. Right now we're shifting into the fall time, fall season. This is when things starts to change significantly. A couple of these days where me and my toddler took a morning walk, it was chilly and I loved it. Oh my God, I could not wait to get cozy in a hoodie, okay? Next is about to be the boots. I'm about to be crunching in some leaves in a minute. But the weather drops, that's a big change. We're about to start seeing the leaves on the trees change colors from green to brown to orange to red to yellow. That's way somewhere else down the line on the color scale. Big changes, right? Some of these bugs about to go back to hell. Big changes, right? Growth actually begins to slow down. Things begin to kind of wither away. It's time to fall away. It's at its maturity. It's time to be harvested. This is harvest season. all of the work that you've been putting in mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, but especially, most importantly on the spiritual level, is coming into its fullness. It's coming into its mature phase. It's at its highest peak. It's at its last stage. So this last level of growth that we're experiencing right now, this last little push, this last level of growth, it's what is going to push us to the other side of our spiritual awakening. This is going to push us to the other side of our ascension. This is going to push us to the other side. This is going to push us up into a more higher self. This is the last push. This is what pushes us over the edge. That's why I said when you're on the edge and when you're at the peak, that's where that spiritual awakening can be found, right there. All of the watering that you poured into yourself in this season, thus far, has kept the soil in good conditions for growth, has kept the soil healthy so that it can facilitate growth, so that it can be grounds for growth. Now here we are in our harvest season, ready to harvest all of these crops, ready to harvest all of this good, ready to harvest all of this growth, ready to harvest all of these new blessings. One of the things that I really need us to pay attention to within this energy upgrade, within this spiritual awakening, is making sure you are continuously taking the limits off of yourself, off of your mind, off of your speech, off of your imagination, off of your life, out of your energy space. No limitations. It's very important that you get sharp with and acute with retraining your brain. Because on the other side of this energy upgrade, on this new level, in this state of your newest highest self, everything you speak and everything you think is going to come to pass with ease. Why? Because we've cleared the way in the last season. We pushed through some heavy manifestations. We flexed that muscle. We exercised that muscle. And now we're quite strong in that department. So in this season, please be mindful to keep the limits off of yourself. Do not cap yourself. Allow yourself to dream bigger, think bigger, reach farther, reach higher in any way, in love and finances, in your career, in your spiritual growth, with your personal goals, with your hobbies, whatever the case may be. Because a lot of our thoughts generate from our heart space. That's our magnet. That's the magnet for our body. The state of your heart reflects what you attract into your life. And because our thoughts come from our hearts, and it's what we attract, let's please make sure we are training our brain to only think on a positive note, because I guarantee you, once we cross over this threshold into this new higher level, into this new higher realm, into this most new highest self, the soil is right. Any seed we drop is going to grow. Anything we say is going to come to pass with ease. The soil is right for it. We know that because we're pulling up a good harvest. Okay? Keep the limits off of yourself. And make sure you keep training and rerouting your brain to align with positivity, to align with what your highest self already has. Once we align with our highest self mentally, we put ourselves in the position of getting ready to shift. So, as I said, shift, shift, shift. Shift, shift, shift. Everything is shifting. Everything is changing. Energy upgrade, ascension, evolvement. Okay? It's harvest. I feel like there's a few more things left on this task list. And they're basically just things we need to tune up, things we need to tighten up, things we need to tie up, things we need to tidy up, things that we need to bring to an end, things that we need to master in this season. If you ask me, I think one of the things is mastering staying in flow. all the time, constantly, always in flow. Recognizing that we are always in flow, whether we're feeling ups or downs. We're recognizing that as long as we continue to float, as long as we continue to not fight against the waves, that is, not fighting against the divine, not fighting God's will, just staying present and floating. Like I said, whether good or bad. And as I mentioned earlier, the fact that we are realizing when we are kind of getting off track of being in flow, we can easily feel it and spot it and get ourselves back on track. Just that easy. It didn't used to be like that. In the past seasons, we would stay out of flow for a long ass time and be feeling so funky, be feeling so down, be feeling so dark, be feeling so blah, blah, until we finally realized it and then fixed it. And then we had to work damn hard to fucking get back in flow. It's not hard right now. And guess what? This ascension that we're boosting into, that we're shifting into right now as we speak, staying in flow is going to be second nature. We've done the work to get there. This is not a wish upon a star being fulfilled. This is the evidence of hard work. This is the evidence of being in the lab. This is like the evidence of working out. Once you really hit in that gym and you get into a flow, you start to see the progress in your body. And you might even be feeling the need to get your health in check. Vitamins, immune boosting, eating right, eating more balanced, eating more healthy, eating more foods of what's in season right now so that you can really tap in with nature, tap in with God, tap in with the divine. You're feeling the need to get your body back healthy. You're feeling the need to put your body in movement. You might be feeling the need to hit the gym. You might be feeling the need to get up and stretch, do some yoga. You might be feeling the need to go outside and walk or run. I know I have. And I've been back on my shit with the 2 workouts a day. My body is telling me what it wants right now in this season. Being more mindful with our health and with our bodies is also something that we poured a lot into in this last season. And so on this new level that we're ascending to, we're going to feel more healthy in our body, and we're going to be able to more easily maintain that healthy lifestyle. It's time to get serious about that, y'all. We only get one body. Most of my listeners, we're all like in our 30s and 40s, okay? So we need to pay attention to how we're treating our body. We're not trying to run down our bodies. We're still young. We're still young. And honestly, this age on this realm doesn't even matter. Prince didn't celebrate birthdays. He considered it a curse in aging yourself, and that makes sense. So let's not put limits on our body. Let's keep the limits off of our bodies. Let's make sure that we are allowing our bodies to flourish with no limitations of bad health, with no limitations on being sick, with no limitations on being able to move our bodies the way we want to move our bodies, okay? Also note that in the fall, this is when things begin to slow down in nature. Things are getting ready to stop growing. It's come to maturity. Now it's getting ready to stop growing for a season. It's getting ready to rest. It's going into restoration mode to prepare itself for fall and to prepare itself for another spring and another summer. The work starts now. The preparation starts now. This is prep season. This is strategy season. This is planning season. Right now in nature, animals are gathering food. Again, harvesting. But animals are finding and storing food right now. They're putting away food right now because they know when it comes into the next season, there will be nothing growing. What does this mean in correlation to the energy we're in right now? This means it's not going to take energy to facilitate growth right now. When it's the winter time, the ground is cold. Sometimes it's frozen, but it's not really in the condition to facilitate growth. It's not conducive to growth at that moment. is not going to allow anything to grow up out of the ground. That season is over once we reap the harvest, once we take the harvest up. Now what's happening in the ground, in the soil, is it's getting ready to replenish itself. It stops. It rests. It's not growing anything right now. And in nature, when the leaves fall and they become crunchy, they're dead, the decaying leaves actually fertilizes the ground. There are two different ways to grow. Think of as above, so below, right? And again, like I said, this is strategy time. This is seed planting time. There's a season when things are clearly growing. You can see the growth happening because it's popping out of the ground. Think of the springtime. Things are beginning to awaken in nature. Everything is getting its color back. Things are just beginning to poke out of the ground. You're seeing the evidence of what's growing because you can see it sticking out of the ground. It's growing up out of the ground. But then in other seasons, there's a time where everything has to happen in the dirt. You're not going to see the evidence of what's happening underground. But there's something happening, right? You can grow in action and you can grow at rest. And right now it's time to allow yourself to grow at rest. It's time to slip into some ease. Get a little more quiet. Make your space a little more quiet. Make your mind a little more quiet. Take some rest. We gotta have that balance, as above, so below. Go into a stillness mode. Go into a restful mode. And the part where we have to go in rest, that's also helping our shift into our new level, into our most highest self, into our most evolved self. This is also helping our ascension, the restful part. The part of growing at rest and in stillness is just as important as the part of growing with action, growing with putting energy behind it, doing the physical work towards our growth. Now it's in the stillness where we have to do our work. We're coming into the season where it's easier for us to tap in spiritually. This is one of the benefits of being still. We get to tap in with our inner self. We get to tap in with the divine with no distraction because everything is quiet right now. Again, like I said, even nature is slowing down. Nature is slowing down. Nature is strategizing. Oh, it's about time to get up in them journals, y'all. Start scripting. Start writing those petitions to the universe, to God. Start writing down those manifestations. The ground is right for it. So let's tie up these loose ends. Let's tighten up. Let's give that last push to open the floodgates to everything that we want in this new season that we're ascending to. In this new season that you're in, with all of the manifestations that you brought in, you're going to want to be prepared on receiving it and maintaining it, whatever it is. Understand that we're at a level now where we understand that things don't have to be hard anymore and things are not hard anymore. We're making our life. We're staying in flow. We're keeping things in balance. We're allowing the divine to guide us without going against. That makes everything much easier, right? You're stepping into one of the greatest seasons of your life. You're stepping into this season as we speak. You're right in the middle of ascension. It's not going to happen at a certain point or on a certain day. It's happening right now. We're in the middle of it right now. Take notice of what's around you. Things are different. Things are more and more different every day. You're feeling more and more different every day. You're becoming better and better, sharper and sharper every day. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, your surroundings are looking different. Your mindset is different. Your speech is different. How you talk to yourself is different. You might be going to new places. You might be meeting new people. The circle of people around you might be different. You might be feeling the need to eat different. We're in the shift right now. We're in the awakening right now. So, how do you feel? Take note right now. How do you feel? Take note right now. Plot where you are. Write down some new things you noticed about your life. Write down some new things you noticed about your body, your physical body. Write down some new things you've noticed about how you think. Write down some new things you've noticed about how you speak. Write down some new things you've noticed on what you're intaking, what you're watching, what you're listening to. Write down some new ways you've noticed you're handling certain things. Track your growth. Stay tapped in with yourself and pay attention to exactly where you are. That's another reason why it's important to journal. But yeah, we're ascending. Congratulations on your evolvement. Congratulations on your energy upgrade. Congratulations on your spiritual growth altogether. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of me, and I'm proud of us. Keep doing the work in the stillness. This is the season where we're required to be still, remember? It's time to get in your cocoon. And in due season, we're going to see a beautiful butterfly emerge. Ascension. Ascension. Evolvement. Upgrade. New realm. Be mindful that your ability to manifest with ease, without friction, without fight, without interruption, without delay, super quickly, is strengthening. That ability is strengthening day by day. You've already noticed a lot of ways where you thought something and it came to pass, or you said something and it came to pass, whether good or bad. Watch your mouth. Watch your tongue. Watch your speech. Watch your thoughts. And our thoughts originate in our heart, remember? So keep your heart light. Keep your heart unblocked. Keep your heart in balance. Tap in with yourself right now. Be still and do the work in stillness. Do the quiet work. Do the work that's required in this calmness, in this stillness, which is strategizing and preparing. I guess I'm going to end it here. I hope I got the message across the way the divine saw fit. I hope that I was able to tap in with someone and open that knowingness to the fact that you are in an energy upgrade. Once you realize you're in an energy upgrade, that really activates that shit. Alright? But I just want y'all to know I love y'all so much. You knew it was coming. Bye.